and director James Gunn drops live with his new video game, Lollipop Chainsaw. It's equal parts zombies, cheerleaders, and chainsaws. Plus, Mad Men's Rich Sommer gets his hands on the latest Dexterity board games in game night. Then I go behind the scenes of Franklin and Bash to get the lowdown on the new season.
Occasionally see his ass.
And we rate the latest flicks to hit the shelves, including Sherlock Holmes: A Game of Shadows.
Oh, how I've missed you, Holmes. Have you?
And Ghost Rider: Spirit of Vengeance on TV Tuesday. Put the pedal to the floor. Hold on tight. It's Attack of the Show coming full speed right now.
Chris Hardwick.
Yes, Chris Hardwick. Yeah. I'm Candace Bailey. We're coming to you live.
So a couple things happened last night. I don't give a crap about sports, but congratulations to the LA Kings who won their ice soccer match.
Yes, congrats.
This is fun. There's not been anything in my kitchen for a really long, like my refrigerator, like everything is just empty.
Do you not cook?
I don't do anything.
You always order?
The only thing that's in my kitchen, like everything that's in my kitchen was in a gift basket at one time. Like I have cheese biscuits and chocolate and teas that I'll never drink. And so my mom needed to pick up something from my house. Yeah, that's right. My mom and I are very close.
That's cute. I like that.
It is. And so she said, do you want me to stop by the store and pick up anything? And I go, sure, whatever. Just, put some, in the house. And I come home. There's like the entire counter is lined with all of this food, frozen foods, produce, fruit.
Best mom ever?
Seriously, if she weren't my mom, I would marry her. Like, that is like... Why is
That's
that
an amazing story.
Are you talking about my mom over there?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, they're talking about your
so
mom.
that was kind of a fun thing.
That's
for my mom.
amazing. Good
I
for
know.
your mom. Well done.
Oh, thank you. She'd be watching now, but I think she has DirecTV. What?
Jerks.
They can't hear us. They can't hear us.
Hey, you want to explore the interwebs?
Yeah, we should go around the net.
Yeah, let's do it. Sure, we're going with Connors.
She's the best. She's the best.
What an adorable mom he has.
She is so sweet.
All right, let's get into it. 2 more teenagers, a baseball bat, a pool cue, and a video camera. What could possibly go wrong?
Statistically, 10 trillion things, and here's one of them.
Shut up, Clownlow. Stupid ass piece of
That's how you kill a vampire.
Oh, that looks uncomfortable.
I don't know where that pool cue struck that boy, but I imagine it was in his balls.
Is that because you're evil?
No, Candace, because if it hit him anywhere else besides the balls, it's technically a scratch. Don't you know anything about pool?
That's right.
Don't you know anything about how pool works?
I'm sorry. I'm just learning.
Now, I don't need to tell you, Candace Bailey, that being a girl is not easy.
No, you really do not.
But if you need more proof, here's a beauty pageant contestant taking on ladies' #1 nemesis.
Are they all wearing the same shoes, or did she pick those shoes out herself? And if so, why would she pick those shoes out herself if she couldn't walk in them?
She got them from one of those clown designer stores. The trick shoes. Stilettos are the worst, you guys.
Wait, you mean you wear high heels?
Well, I want my calves to look slim. Plus, they look great with my skinny jeans.
You wear skinny jeans?
Well, yeah, I mean, that way I have an excuse to carry my lipstick around in my tiny purse.
Oh my gosh, that is so cute!
I know, and it goes with everything.
Oh, I love that.
It's so good. Yeah. You can't see. I get a lot of crap for wearing super skinny jeans, but how else am I supposed to show off my mantle toe, which is the only word that I can.
Your mantle-toe.
Mussy is
It's
also
called
an
a
acceptable
musa.
term. Hey, let's go be on Sex in the City. I banged so many guys last night. Charlotte or whatever. That's gonna be my one-man show, Samantha, with capital M-A-N, where I play Samantha in drag
Yes.
from Sex in the City.
Oh my God, I love
Oh, honey, I'm slutty or whatever.
That's exactly what
But
you
it's,
should
I'm
say.
empowered at the same
Honey,
time.
I'm slutty.
All
You
right.
take your purse off?
I'm gonna take my purse off.
This is a cute purse.
Shut up.
I really
it is not.
like it.
All right.
No, I like it.
All right. iPhones are everywhere, giving anyone the potential to cheaply make your own movie or capture the next video to blow up on the YouTubes.
But too bad most people don't know how to hold the freaking camera. And that is why our friends at Glove and Boots have a very serious message.
This video didn't have to look this way. It could have been prevented. Say no to vertical videos. There are two different kinds of people who are afflicted with VVS. The first group treats the videos they shoot like pictures. While you can turn a picture, you can't really turn a video.
The other group is people who don't give a
People's eyes are horizontal. We aren't built to watch vertical videos.
I love vertical videos!
Nobody cares about you.
And it will spread everywhere.
George Lucas will re-release Star Wars again. The skinny edition.
I was never really able to tell the story that I wanted to tell. This is a great chance for me to experiment with a new technology.
You're a jerk.
I love that video. It's so good.
You know, I inherently trust puppets more than people, so if puppets did more PSAs, I wouldn't have done all those drugs instead of those forest fires.
But wasn't Smokey the Bear a puppet?
Yeah, a puppet for the government, Candace!
Sorry.
I just got really mad all of a
Yeah,
sudden.
you did.
Only you can take it from the government, Smokey the Bear. Speaking of animals, now here's a goat with a camel in its mouth.
Ew, gross.
Yes, what you're thinking is gross, Candace, but it's not what you're thinking.
Oh, okay.
Hey, wait a minute. Stop it. Stop, you guys. Wait a minute. Seriously, I know he looks really cool, but can I just get real with you kids for a second and
Yeah.
tell you that goat is going to get cancer.
Chris, cancer is not funny.
No, Candace, neither is emphysema. Which is why we shouldn't let goats watch Mad Men.
That's funny. That is funny. Not
Candace.
cancer, but
Candace.
emphysema.
Emphysema. Oh, you like the second part?
I like the second part.
There's got to be a lot of tar in his lungs. It doesn't work. It doesn't
No,
work unless
it
it's an A sound. And now, let's wrap things up with a trip down Portal Lane.
It has been over a year since Portal 2 came out, but the awesome physics gun technology is still inspiring people.
Well, by people, I think we mean visual effects artists.
You guys ready? Yeah, go for it. All right. Whoa, no way. Awesome. Check it out. Okay, stand back. I'm jumping down. Whoa!
Sucks to be you.
Bye-bye, Jason.
That's a great video.
This was a triumph.
That is the first thing that would really happen if guys got their hands on a portal gun.
I feel like those guys would just glory hole themselves. You totally would. Yeah. You totally would. It would just be an endless, like a,
Oh, Chris, so Chris.
like a Mobius strip of masturbation. Speaking of fun, you guys know it takes Christopher Nolan 3 years to make a Batman movie, but the Cape Crusader does manage to keep busy in between films.
Here's an excerpt from one of his many projects.
And now,
Back to Batman.
Good grammar is essential.
And Batman.
My parents are dead.
Live.
And that's when I told him the answer to your fiendish riddle is a watermelon.
Why?
I'm sorry?
Next time, just crush his windpipe.
Okie dokie, I'll give it a go-key. Our next guest played Buster on cult favorite Arrested Development and now stars in Veep. Please welcome the very talented Tony Hale.
Oh, thank you so much.
Tony, great to have you here, Tony.
It's great to be here.
He's lying.
Tony, I understand that you just finished shooting a film in Prague.
It was an amazing...
That's another lie.
Okay.
Now, Batman, let's not jump to conclusions.
I'm not Batman. Nostrils flaring.
Okay.
Broken eye contact. Tight lips. The cluster of micro-expressions that ultimately suggests he hated the Czech Republic.
What are you talking about? I swear to God, I'm not lying.
Don't swear to God, swear to me! Okay, fine!
You know what I hate about the Russians? They smell, and they're hairy. And my bathroom was too tiny.
What? My bathroom was too tiny!
Well, I, for one, love the Czechs. Their recipe for party mix is to die for.
I'm an actor. And I'd like to talk about my acting.
Please do, Tony. Regale us with tales of thespianism.
With pleasure. I play Michael Brock. He's a corrupt lawyer who kidnaps a married couple, and I tie him up on my yacht.
Diabolical!
Yeah. And you know what? It was fun playing the villain. Bat.
Fun!
Yeah!
Evil isn't a game, you psychopath!
All right, if you touch me again, I will sue this studio.
You don't get it, do you? This isn't a studio, it's an operating table. And I'm the surgeon.
Is he unconscious?
Nope, I'm not.
Well, join us tomorrow when our guest will be a spelling bee champ and a man who claims to have the world's strongest cockatoo. Good night.
You're the nice one.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus. Nice? Is she nice?
I can't feel the face.
Hey, Tony, what's your car look like?
That's a Ford Escort.
Does it have a rocket engine?
Nope, it doesn't.
I saw a lamp like this at IKEA.
Still ahead. DV Tuesday is totally happening.
Chris Gore tells us what to think about Sherlock Holmes and Ghost Rider right after this. Double your Chris's, double your fun. Hey, Chris Gore!
Thank you!
Film expert!
Thank you. Thanks, Chris.
Silver Fox.
I love that you say that about me.
It's good. I love it. You look good. You look good, Chris Gore.
I appreciate it.
It's nice to see you. What is up first today for DV Tuesday?
The first thing we have is Sherlock Holmes, A Game of Shadows.
Were the games shadowing? I did not. I saw the first one. I have not seen Game of Shadows yet.
Well, Game of Shadows actually does the thing that I think every good sequel should do, which is more of this, and more of that, and bigger that.
And Moriarty.
And Moriarty, yes. Played by Zombie Lane Price. If you're a Mad Men fan, you will think that's funny.
Yep.
3 people. Okay, that's good. That's all I need.
Lane Price.
But it's just everything is just bigger, better, and Robert Downey Jr. is in prime form in this, especially in his bizarre disguises. He dresses as a lady. It's very Bugs Bunny-like.
Actually, it's almost more like I've been thinking that's kind of like Pink Panther-y, like Clouseau, like the crazy that I'm in a silly disguise.
Yeah, and he wears it well, and it's as much comedy as action, and the action is totally stepped up. It's just bigger, better, more, and Moriarty.
Is there a Robert Downey Jr. versus Benedict Cumberbatch fight scene?
That would be amazing. That would be so cool. The sort of blending of the time would have to bend.
Robert
in some
Downey
way.
Jr. he's a little bit more of a bruiser, and Benedict Cumberbatch is a little more of like, don't touch me. Like,
Right,
he's a
yeah,
little more-
exactly.
less disguises.
Not as much punching. Not as much punching
More
involved.
sociopath. What is the bottom line on this
Bottom
one?
line is buy it. Especially for the maximum movie mode, which is like a commentary picture-in-picture. Really great stuff.
Awesome. So what's the next DVD?
Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance.
Oh, Game of Shadows, Spirit of Vengeance.
Yeah, well, look, okay, it's Nick Cage, so we already know Over the Top is sort of, we're already there.
When you saw the first Ghost Rider, you were like, I need at least 2 more of these.
Yeah, but I didn't hate the first Ghost Rider because, true, the Ghost Rider to me is, it's a comic book based, it's a comic book based on a biker tattoo.
Right.
I want a flaming skull, and he's riding a motorcycle out of hell. Just tattoo that here. Stan Lee sees that. Let's make it a comic book. Nick Cage sees it, says, let's make it a movie.
Right.
Where are your expectations, really, folks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, when you watch this movie the whole time, when you watch a movie like this, you're like, wow, Nick Cage bought a lot of houses he's got to pay off.
Right. He loves to collect comimics.
The first one I thought was fun.
Yeah, it was. It was.
What's the bottom line on this one?
I got to pass on it. It's just ridiculous and not fun, over the top Nick Cage.
Right. Well, I want to see Ghost Rider 3: Citizens on Patrol. God, no one's gonna get that reference. No one's gonna get that reference. You get it.
No.
You don't get.
Explain it to me after.
Police Academy.
Police Academy. Yes.
Oh,
I try to forget those.
What else do you have there? What else do you have to check out?
Badass.
How is it?
Well, it's a Badass is Danny Trejo. It's the story of Epic Beardman. You know, the guy who kicked the crap out of those dudes on the bus, like that video, the YouTube video. So it's a movie based on a YouTube video. They kind of built this whole character around this guy who just doesn't want to take it anymore.
Yeah, but Danny Trejo is way more of badass looking than the guy from the actual video.
Right, that's true. I mean,
like, I wouldn't go up to Danny Trejo on a bus and be like, I mean, I could pick on this wimp.
Yeah. You definitely would not do that. But I mean, it's really funny and it's got heart. I was pleasantly surprised. You can now make a movie based on a YouTube video, folks.
Right.
That's what it's proven.
Yeah. What's the bottom line on this?
Bottom line is rent it. Worth seeing. Definitely worth seeing. Cool.
I'm writing a movie about a cat who hiccups until it farts.
Make a YouTube video first, and then you can buy the rights to it. But you'd already own it.
It's a great idea. What is our last video up for today?
Last one is Machine Gun Preacher.
All right. Did you? No, I haven't seen this one yet either. I had high hopes for this. Was it any good?
Well, it's not what you think it. Because of the title, you think, wow, Machine Gun Preacher. Give me some more of that hobo with a shotgun. It's not hobo with a shotgun. It's much more. It's a darker, serious film about Coney. You've heard of the Coney.
I'm familiar.
And the Coney videos.
Yeah.
It's about sort of loosely based on a guy who went there to try to save kids from Coney.
Okay.
So you think it's going to be from Machine Gun Preacher. Ooh, bring in the nuns.
At the end, does he do a bunch of drugs and tear his clothes off and run around the streets?
No, but
so that's where the story diverts.
Yes. God,
What's the bottom
could have
line?
used some Rutger Hauer in it. Bottom line is rent. It's still worth it.
You liked it?
Only because it flipped my expectations.
Okay, I will actually rent that. I do follow what you say, Chris Gore.
Thank you very much.
You know what I like.
I follow what you say.
Movie-wise. Now, over to Candace Bailey, who's standing off to the side watching us creepily.
Wait, real quick. I want to get in a Chris sandwich.
Oh my God! We were just having the conversation about how great that would be.
Now I've done it. Still ahead, film director turned video game maestro James Gunn will be our live. And later, Sarah hangs out with wacky lawyers Franklin and Bash to stick around. Are we not really talking about that?
What?
Well, we were talking about that, but we needed to meet.
Please welcome back to the show, James Gunn.
Hey!
Finally, I get to interview you. You're here all the time.
We've known each other for a while. You've been to my house.
I've
You've
been
pet
to your
my
house.
dog.
I know. What
And
a cute
thank
dog.
God, no more Kevin Pereira interviewing me.
I'm interviewing
Such
you.
an awful, disgusting human being he is. No, I love Kevin, but I brought
love
you a
Kevin, too.
gift. It's an actual lollipop chainsaw lollipop.
I
brought that
love
just for
this.
you.
Thank you.
I have one little question, though.
Yeah.
How long do lollipops last? Because I've had that for about 8 months sitting in my... in my master
Well, it depends
bathroom.
on how
I'm not kidding.
Well, you didn't open it. You didn't like
I didn't
open
open
it
it.
and
I
then
think
close it
I think
back,
it's airtight,
right?
so it should be okay, yeah.
All right, as long as you haven't been licking on it.
Well, yeah.
I don't like germs.
I wanted to taste it to make sure it was okay, and then I wrapped it back up by hand. No,
That's impressive. Honestly,
yeah.
I probably won't actually eat this, and I'll just stick it somewhere that I can look at it all the time.
Yeah, I don't
It's
like
very
lollipops. I've got a game called Lollipop Chainsaw, but I don't like lollipops.
Well, that's okay.
Cake, I love. Ice cream, delicious.
I love all sweets.
No, not
And
me.
I like lollipops,
I don't
so
like
I'm glad you
candy.
gave it to me.
Okay, yeah,
Thank
we
you.
got it. Yeah, enjoy it.
Now, speaking of Lollipop Chainsaw,
Yes.
you were just at E3.
I was.
Promoting it. How
was
did it go?
Boring.
What do you mean boring?
E3 is boring. I mean, it's probably fun if you're there as a consumer.
It was fun for us.
Was it? I sit in a room, I sit in a little room of blank walls answering the same 5 questions over and over and over again for 2 or 3 days straight.
But we saw you there, and you were on a stage.
Well, I had fun. I had fun with G4. That was good. That was good. Yeah, G4. That's the only good interview I had.
Nice.
But other than
That's what I like to hear.
Very boring.
Now, I saw on Twitter that you got a lot of positive feedback last night at your GameStop release.
That was fun. We had the GameStop release here in Los Angeles. It was me, a bunch of the voice talent, and we had a line going around the block. We dwarfed the show-ups for Mortal Kombat and Arkham City and every other WB game. We more than doubled the amount of people that showed up. And also, I was with Jimmy Urine, who does the music for the boss battles in the game, the lead singer of MSI, one of my best buddies. And while we were sitting there, we were, as guys do, discussing penis length.
I read about this.
And we discovered that we had the same exact penis length. And it's a really good thing to know about you and your friends. So we just had a spontaneous high five.
Okay, I need to know about this because I'm not a guy, and I don't know what that entails. Do you actually whip out a ruler and measure your penis?
Well, no, we didn't do it at the.
Not.
This is.
You're standing next
I didn't
to
plan to
each
talk
other.
about this. Is an actual true story. As a kid, so there's 5 brothers in my family. We're all
Okay.
we're very close.
Just boys?
Well, there's a sister too,
Okay.
but she's left out. But there's 5 brothers. When we were kids, we were arguing about who had the biggest penis. And we were at the Lake of the Ozarks in an outlet mall waiting for my parents to do something. And we got into an argument, and we went into one of the dressing. This is true.
And you measured?
I don't know what I'm talking about. We went into a dressing room, and my youngest brother was only like 13, so he wasn't a part of it. He was the judge. And the rest of us, we sat in a circle with our penises in our hands, like seeing who was the biggest. And my brother was like, okay. Patrick, you're out. And then it was down to me and my brother Brian, and Brian won. I'm sorry to say.
Aww, lucky Brian.
But I think he was touching. He was making it a little something more.
He was stretching it out.
Yeah, he cheated. He was looking at some girl through the slats. I don't know what he was doing. But in the middle of doing that, my father walked in and caught us.
No.
Yeah, and he's
I bet he was
what's going on?
horrified.
And then he blanked it out and walked out.
And he doesn't remember.
Yeah. Is that story going to sell a lot of Lollipop Chainsaws?
That is an incredible
Your
story.
dad should have been like, oh, you want to see a penis? And then,
I'll show you a penis.
This is true. My dad has the smallest penis of any penis I've ever seen. He really
I hope
does.
he's not watching right now.
He's got DirecTV.
God, all these people that have DirecTV. Now, I heard that you actually got in a little hot water recently over a spoiler.
I was on Twitter and I was talking to my friend Michael Rooker on the phone.
Yeah.
And I wrote a quote
He's
of
also
something.
in Lollipop Chainsaw, right?
Michael Rooker's one of the voices in Lollipop
Yes.
Chainsaw. I played Henry Portrait of Serial Killer. He's in my movie Super and Slither. There he is as Merle on the Walking Dead.
The Walking Dead.
And I mentioned that I was talking to him on the phone as he's on his way back to Atlanta to shoot Walking Dead. And all of a sudden I have 100 ninnies writing me saying it's a spoiler that he's coming back. And I don't get it. I mean, I really think people need to lighten up about
I completely agree.
what a spoiler is exactly.
So you wrote something on what exactly a spoiler is.
Yeah, my rules for a spoiler. One thing that's not a spoiler is when a character loses his hand in an episode, you know he's still alive, says he's going to come back for vengeance, that he's probably going to show up again. And so, yeah, I wrote a lot of, I just think people are overly sensitive about spoilers, so.
I agree, and I liked what you had to write.
Yeah.
I think you were dead on. So you
Thank
guys
you.
should check it out.
Thank you.
Now, Michael Rooker, is he as intense in real life as he is on screen?
And Michael Rooker is the craziest human being. A little while ago, I was at my brother's house, and we were having a party. And we invited Rooker over, and he came to the window, and he started slamming on the window, trying to make us afraid. There was only like 5 or 6 of us there. And from his point of view, he walked towards the front door. He didn't make us afraid. He walked towards the front door, and he felt a fine mist coming down onto his head, like, you know, one of those things at an amusement park. And then he looked down and he saw a little black thing scurrying, trying to get away. And then he felt like this horrible smell like Agent Orange come over him. And then it was a skunk and it sprayed him again.
Again?
Yeah, and then from my point of view, I'm inside and I hear Rooker cursing up a storm as he throws open the door. He's got a loaded gun in his hand. He's
Why
got
does he have a gun in his hand?
He carries a loaded gun everywhere he goes because he's got a lot. He does. He's got a lot of stalkers.
I do not want to get on his bad
He's
side.
licensed, so it's okay. And he's got this loaded gun. He's like, I'm going to kill that skunk. I'm going to kill that skunk. I'm like, Rooker, don't. Oh, my brother's girlfriend hits the floor and yells, he's got a gun. I say, Rooker, please don't kill the skunk. It's innocent. It was afraid. Don't kill the skunk. And we talk him out of it, and we put him into a bathroom. And then the girl I was dating at the time, we go to a store to get a bunch of tomato juice. I hadn't even touched
That's the only thing that's supposed to get rid of the smell,
no,
right?
actually, what I've learned after the fact is the best thing, if you ever get skunked, is a combination of baking soda and hydrogen peroxide in the bath. But we thought it was tomato juice.
Oh, yeah, because I heard it was tomato juice.
Yeah, that's what we heard, too. And so we got the tomato juice, and we just from being, 2 feet away from him, the cashier at the counter was like, woo, somebody's been skunked. So that's Rooker. That's every day with Rooker.
That's an amazing story. I love that story. Well, thank you so much, James Gunn, for being here.
Thanks.
I adore you. We need to make this a regular thing,
Let's
like
do
once
it.
a week.
Yes.
Lollipop Chainsaw is in stores now. Go pick it up. And now it's game night.
Shh, guys, can we cut the music, please? All right, we're good. Hey, I'm Rich Summer coming to you from Emerald Knights, and today we're going to talk about 3 awesome dexterity games you have to have in your collection.
But Rich, what's a dexterity game?
A dexterity game is one that relies on any sort of physical skill to play the game, from Jenga to Operation to, yes, even beer pong. So, it's time to get physical. It's time for game night. First up is a game that just hit the shelves thanks to a successful Kickstarter campaign. Take your best shot at Caveman Curling. It's a battle of 2 rival caveman tribes as players take turns flinging rocks across an icy lake. The clan that lands their rocks closest to the center of the cave on the other end scores points for that round. But what makes Caveman Curling more than just tabletop shuffleboard are the special tools you have at your disposal. Use one of the hammers to edge your rock into a strategic position, or protect it with a totem that allows your rock to be thrown again if it's knocked away. A great party game for 2 to 12 players with each match lasting about 20 minutes. Get your hands on Caveman Curling for around $40. There are 2 pretty important things to know about this next game. 1, you hit stuff. 2, you do that with a teeny tiny axe. It's Tok Tok Woodman. You and your opponents are axe-wielding lumberjacks whose goal is to chop pieces of bark from this tree while leaving the trunk itself standing. Now, each piece of bark that you strip gets you a point. But remember, before you start swinging away, every middle piece you knock off will cost you 5 points. So with each axe hit, the tension mounts as players attempt to rack up bark while setting up their opponents for failure. The game is designed for 2 to 7 players, and depending on your chopping precision, each game can be expected to last about 10 minutes. Talk it up for 20 bucks. My digital pick for today is an iOS game based on a dexterity classic, Pitch Car. In Pitch Car, you and your opponents flick race cars, represented by discs, around a customizable track. Over the course of 3 laps, each driver must negotiate treacherous drop-offs and tight turns that provide little room for error. Now, with over 10 feet of track and multiple expansions, Pitch Car isn't exactly a game you can take on the go. Lucky for you, there's disc driving. Just like in Pitch Car, drivers send their cars careening down any number of racetracks with a flick of the wrist. But unlike the tabletop game, disc driving gives players an arsenal of weapons thanks to the power-up button. Hit the turbo for a quick burst of speed, drop a bomb to thwart other racers, and use the ghost function to slide right through obstacles. Race against other players online or in pass-and-play mode. So clear out some table space and get the Pitch Car base game for $60. And to download Disc Driving for your iDevice, haul ass over to the iTunes App Store and pick it up for $1.99. The Between hurling boulders, driving race cars, and chopping down trees, anyone who says that board games aren't strenuous is clearly doing it wrong. I'll see you on the next game night.
Harry Crane. If you want to see more Rich Sommer, he is currently killing it on Broadway in the revival of Harvey, running through August 5th. So go see that.
Yay! Stay tuned. Sarah hangs out with Breckenmeyer and Zach Morris on Franklin and Bash. Stick around. Zach Morris.
What happens next?
This girl's about to try a front flip with some help from her friends. So, what happens next? Does she land on her face? Does she kick one of her friends in the face? Or do her friends lose their grip and drop her? We'll have the answer right after the break.
What happens next?
This girl's about to try a front flip with some help from her friends. So, what happens next? Does she land on her face? Does she kick one of her friends in the face? Or do her friends lose their grip and drop her? She should trust those friends as far as they can throw her.
Do you want me to throw you?
No, I wouldn't trust that.
Hey, look, Twitter wall, how full of wonders you are. I like this first one from Eddie Steak, who's got a cool N7 avatar. A Chris sandwich with Candace in the middle. If you had pickles and onions, you could call it a C3PO. 3 C's and a PO, hashtag AOTS.
It took me a second, but I got it.
Yeah, you did.
I
Good
did.
for you.
Yay, I did it. Yay. And for that tweet, you're getting this awesome collection of Game of Thrones swag. What does it include?
It includes this map of Westeros, a House of Lannister drinking glass, a couple of shirts, and the first season on Blu-ray.
That's a good package.
And Candace will totally make out with you, tongues and all. I added that part.
If you want to be a part of the show and end up on our Twitter,
Tried,
tweet
dude,
us at
I
AOTS. Use the hashtag AOTS. Nice try, though.
It's time
nice
to,
try.
I tried. It's time to upgrade our newsing.
Bring it on, Sarah Underwood! Oh, bring it! Feed, go!
All the news you need to know. Feed.
It's Tuesday, June 12th, and here are your top stories. Webcomic The Oatmeal just went head-to-head against humor site Funny Junk after being threatened with some legal action, and the results are full of win. Here's what happened. Over the years, Funny Junk posted hundreds of Oatmeal's comics on their site, so recently Oatmeal's creator Matthew Inman called them out. In response, Funny Junk had its lawyer threaten him with legal action unless he retracted the statements and coughed up $20,000.
Whoa.
So, what did Inman do? He initiated Operation Bear Love Good, Cancer Bad, which involved raising the $20,000, but donated it to the National Wildlife Federation and American Cancer Society instead.
Nice.
And it worked, like really worked. He raised the $20,000 in only 1 hour, and at the end of the day, raked in over $100,000 for charity. Well played, sir. We tip our hat to you.
Yeah.
How do you tip a hat?
That's good.
All right. The UK is cracking down on internet trolls with a plan to force websites to identify anonymous haters.
That is awesome!
Yes, we are excited.
That is awesome!
Okay, but listen, it might not apply to you. I know you have a lot of them, but under the new plan, websites will be legally obligated to tell victims of abusive and defamatory online messages and where those statements came from. Those individuals would then be subject to punishment for libel. Of course, it's not really meant to stop the occasional mean-spirited blog comment, Chris, as victims will have to prove that they've suffered serious harm to their reputation as a result of the troll.
I've suffered serious harm a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, you have?
Yeah,
Oh,
at
poor-
the hands of the internet!
Poor Chris.
I think people should be accountable for the crap they say.
I agree.
That's what I think. That's what I
They
think.
should. What
Yeah.
harm have you suffered? You're like ridiculously famous and doing crazy well.
Yeah, you're
That's
right.
why
I'm a
he's
jerk.
here on Attack of the Show.
I'm not either of those things.
All right, whether or not a similar plan is coming stateside is up in the air, but I'm sure Rebecca Black's legal team is licking their chops because she's definitely suffered, right?
She has.
Oh, yeah.
She's suffered a lot.
Now, a new study has proven that grandma was right. Crime doesn't pay. Well, when the crime is robbing banks. Let me explain. The study from the Royal Statistical Society, which is a real thing, apparently, I don't know why, and the American Statistical Association found that on average, bank robbers in the U.S. only got away with around $4,300. But power does come in numbers. It also found that larger gun-toting groups usually got away with around $6,000 more per additional looter. Beyond that, the researchers also found that British thieves fare much better, averaging a payday of almost 5 times that. And hey, as long as the cheeky robbers avoid trolling the message boards, they're in the clear. Doesn't make any sense. And finally, feast your eyes on Argentina's pride and joy. I present to you the rug beer vending machine. What? Combining Argentinians' love of rugby and beer, the machine has a built-in sensor that requires patrons to slam into it in order to dispense a cold one. Now, right now, there's only one rug beer machine, but they say it's increased beer sales by 25%.
Yeah!
So if you like getting drunk and hitting things, but don't like serving jail time, catch a plane south of the border and party like a real man. I'm Sarah Underwood. You have just been fed, and now you're going to get lawyered. I spent a day behind the scenes of TNT's Franklin and Bash, where they law hard and they play hard. Are you sick of the same old formulaic crime drama? Do you prefer your crime and punishment dished out with a little more sex? Well, check out Franklin and Bash. These guys and the people they work with are whores for justice. Brothers-in-law and bros at play, Mark Paul Gosselaar and Breckin Meyer debrief me on their TNT series Franklin and Bash.
Are you wearing eyeliner?
No. Are you wearing lipstick?
No.
What can you tell me about Franklin and Bash? Or is it Franklin and Bash, Bash and Franklin?
This is going off really well.
For you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Which one's which? Because she was up until 2 a.m.
Franklin.
worried that she wouldn't go to. No, you just looked. You're
No, I
cheater.
didn't.
You
She did.
too.
You did.
No, I
You did.
didn't.
You looked down.
You just looked down.
How dare you? What proof
Replay
do
that.
you have?
We're gonna
What
replay it.
proof?
Go to the replay.
I object. Is that what I say?
No.
I don't know.
Apparently, he landed his helicopter at the Beverly Hilton early this morning.
Well, we weren't flying the thing. I mean, I don't think.
Now, this show it's a little risque, though. You kind of see more of the bedroom than the courtroom.
No, we'll have sex there too, in the courtroom. You follow the characters home a bit, which is fun. I mean, they are kind of young, fun guys. But occasionally you see his ass.
You saw that once.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it a stunt ass, or
Yeah,
was
it
it?
was actually his ass.
You have a good ass.
You ain't whistling Dixie.
Nice kilt.
It's not a kilt. It's a skirt.
Who's sluttier?
On the show?
It's your discretion, whichever way you feel like answering that question.
Who's sluttier?
Yeah.
Peter Bash is sluttier than Jared. I think. You don't want to admit it, because
No, I
sluts never do.
Well,
but,
no, we've kind of. Who's been on antibiotics more? I think we're equal, though.
All right. We're both man
I think-
whores.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
We finally renoed the man cave.
Could you imagine the Super Bowl party with two TVs?
And how is this show different from, say, Saved by the Bell or
It's not.
Garfield?
Absolutely
Very
not.
similar.
We have cats, and we
pretty
have.
much
It takes
identical.
place in high school, and there's animated cats running
Yep.
around.
They can freeze time.
Perfect.
We work here now. You know that, though, right?
Yes, but I've proposed that you join Infeld Daniels as full equity partners.
We just did an on-set visit with Franklin and Bash. It's on TNT. And I hear the guys have a hot tub out there, but there's not enough penicillin in the world to get me in that thing.
Breckin Meyer totally made an out of this world reference. That was the
he did?
freezing time thing.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't notice.
Yeah, that was back when your parents were in high school.
Hey, can't make it to San Diego Comic-Con for Comic-Con this year? What? That didn't make any sense.
Redundant.
Let G4 solve that problem for you.
That's right. We're going to be there live inside the convention center for 3 days of exclusive coverage. The only network to do so, P.S. All the pop culture secrets will be ours.
The 3-day live event kicks off July 12th at 3 p.m. only on G4. So go to g4tv.com/Comic-Con for more info.
That's right, but stick around, you guys. We're going to help you upgrade your health with some body-fixing apps, so please don't miss it. Your life could depend on it.
It could, and I think it will.
Right.
The feed is brought to you by Dodge. Visit your local Dodge dealer today.
Tomorrow on Attack of the Show.
Actor Milo Ventimiglia will be here live with his new Adam Sandler flick, That's My Boy. Plus, Jessica Chobot sails to Miami to check out Mar Mastro, a high-tech yacht that's competing in one of the world's longest and toughest ocean races. And Weston Scott's got gadgets that'll make getting into shape this summer a breeze, including an upgrade for your Xbox Connect.
It's Attack of the Show tomorrow at 7.
Guys, don't just download these apps because they're cool. Do it for your health.
With summer fast approaching, it's about time you loaded up your phone with some of the healthiest apps currently on the market. Before you think about hitting the gym, it's important to establish a healthy diet with MyFitnessPal. Preloaded with nutritional information for nearly 2 million different types of food, MyFitnessPal helps you manage your diet by recording what you eat. After putting in some basic information like your weight and height, the app will help calculate your caloric needs. Then start adding meals, snacks, and anything else you eat to your food diary. For more accurate information, use the barcode scanner to quickly add items to your list. MyFitnessPal will take what you're eating and break it down into easy-to-understand nutritional data. Stop stuffing your face and start watching what you eat with MyFitnessPal for free on all major mobile devices. Once you're done in the kitchen, it's time to go for a run with Adidas My Coach. Using your phone's GPS, music, and some real-time audio cues from pro athletes, My Coach pushes you through what it calls zones of varying intensity during your run. At the end of a session, it'll spit out information on your run speed, number of calories burned, duration, and total distance traveled. The app also includes animated guides for over 400 strength and flexibility exercises that you can do in your home or at the gym. For an even more personalized workout, you can order an optional heart rate monitor and stride sensing shoes from Adidas. With loads of helpful exercise tools, get the most out of your workouts with My Coach for free on Android, iOS, and BlackBerry devices. And finally, if you find yourself needing some motivation once you've left the gym, then perhaps you need some Nexercise. An exercise app that gamifies working out, Nexercise grants you experience for every activity you do. From playing basketball to playing laser tag to using an Xbox Connect, everything you do earns you points. To start Nexercising, select an activity from the list and hit Track Motion. It then uses the accelerometer in your phone to monitor how much you're moving, earning you more experience the more you move. If you forget to use the app while you're exercising, don't worry. You can always go back and self-report any of your previous activities. Over time, your rank will increase or decrease by how many points and medals you've accumulated over the last 30 days. Level up your life with Nexercise for free in the iTunes App Store. What are you waiting for? Get out there and better yourself with a little help from these free health and fitness apps.
I just want to make a reference here. I've been corrected. Herminator 3009 said I think the freezing time thing was more of a Saved by the Bell reference when Zach would freeze time and talk to the camera. So,
yeah, no, that makes sense.
Boo.
That's okay. That's okay. Maybe it meant both.
Yeah, sorry to watch Saved by the Bell, guys.
All right, thanks to James Gunn, Franklin Abash, Rich Summer, Chris Gore, Sarah Underwood, and especially this guy right here.
Guys,
Chris
please
Hardwick.
subscribe to the Nerdist channel on YouTube, youtube.com/Nerdist. It'll make me happy if you do. No, I mean, it'll make you mad if you hate me. By the way, the top 100 video games of all time starts right now, you guys. You want to see them in a list? You're going to see them right now, right after Attack of the Show. Thank you so much, Candace Bailey. Let's do it again tomorrow.
Let's do it again tomorrow. I think
Hugging
that's
it
a
out.
great idea.
Thank you so much.
Thank
See you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching.
Good night,
A good night to you. A good day.
Kiss. Blow kisses.